wheel down from their race speeds of near 200 miles an hour. And as we indicated, the qualifying speeds were slower because of the 1-inch restrictor plate that was the result of an incident that occurred right here at this racetrack 1 year ago. We had a chance to study the events leading to that restrictor plate.
A year ago this weekend, this crash occurred here at Talladega. It caught the attention of the entire racing world. Bobby Allison called it a set of circumstances coming together. Circumstances that came as close as any incident ever did to changing the course of all motor racing. Miraculously, only one significant injury to a spectator, but Bobby's stunned look was mirrored by NASCAR. Their attention now was really focused on safety. NASCAR took immediate steps to stop flying cars for superspeedways' Lexan windows on the passenger side to keep 200-mile-an-hour air out of the car. For ventilation, the driver's side window net remained but improved for quicker driver exit. To simply slow the cars down, a 390 carburetor was required for the next superspeedway race, Daytona's Firecracker, in July. For 399 miles, the first laboratory test of the new car, a success, but coming down for the checkered. Kenny Schrader is sideways. Air surges inside and underneath. Schrader sails through the tri-oval, center fielded by Harry Gant. Bobby Allison, ironically, had won the race. But like at Talladega, the only real damage incurred in this incident was to the equipment. But enough to send NASCAR back to the drawing board for bigger and better plans, or should I say smaller. For the next superspeedway, this February's Daytona 500, the same carburetor, but now an additional plate with smaller air intake holes required. Still trying to slow the cars down and keep them on the ground. This is the plate and its installation with an additional gasket and the original spacer that now draws less air into the combustion chamber. Dyno tests show 200 horsepower are subtracted. Schrader's pole speed is 16 miles per hour less than Elliott's in 87. But safer, there were mixed emotions.
As slow as all of us is running, there'll probably be trouble everywhere.
I love it. Get them down there about 190 miles an hour. I can drive the heck out of them right there.
Restrictor ate it all up. It made everybody the same speed, and that made it probably more dangerous than when we were running 210.
Again, no wholesale carnage, but another moment, this time in front of NASCAR's largest annual audience that again steered to spotlight the speeds and safety. It should be noted that race car and racetrack get extremely high marks for safety in this wreck.
Well, the way they slowed them down didn't do the job that they wanted to do. What happens, you know, they run 210 mile an hour, they slowed them down to 190, which looks good on paper. But the deal was they put too many cars running too close together, then that causes more accidents.
Safety, as always, was NASCAR's first concern in studying the plate. But some drivers thought the closer matched cars created danger. For others, their eyebrows raised at the lack of power. Drafting, long and important element, took on a new dimension. Do not break ranks.
To me, I just don't go as fast as you go. That's the name of the game. You know, it really, I think, limited my driving abilities to be able to run fast and keep the car under control.
They took an approach that they thought would work, and as far as I'm concerned, it didn't work. So now we've got, or I feel like they should look at some other approach and do it a different way.
Well, I really felt that a small engine with a small carburetor would be very much more in tune with today's automotive world rather than a 700 horsepower engine with a restrictor plate that might tempt some of these guys to try to find a way to go around it.
Oh, yes, that would be one answer because the V6 is certainly not going to run as fast as the V8. You know, they pull them 274 cubic inches, whereas the engines we have now are 358 cubic inches.
But without question, for 88, the V8 is here to stay, but NASCAR continues to study hard.
You know, anytime we make a rule change like that, a lot of thought goes into it. Meetings are held with Mr. Brandt, Mr. Richter, and myself, and we do not make rule changes just by the spur of the moment. A lot of thought has gone into each of the rule changes which we have made.
The restrictor plate, right or wrong, is an answer for the cars only time will tell. Certainly, spectator protection now, however, has entered a new awareness. And NASCAR will always strive for two things: exciting racing, and probably most important, that this seat is the safest one in the house. as well as this one.
The history of the much talked about 1-inch restrictor plate in NASCAR Winston Cup competition. We are still under caution because of an accident.